Hey there, this is Anna from the Faithful Dove. If you haven't shared any of our videos recently or commented, please do. I got a request to do a week. I explained that I haven't been doing them because I've been having a lot of medical tests done to solve some issues in my life. But I'm going to do it for the last week of April. Then I'm going to do the month uh, one. We're going to pick. I really think it goes better when your guys put your own energy into this. So, oops, sorry about that. Our theme came up as reversed page of wands. Basically, procrastination, things that need changing, that um, we've been procrastinating on, things we want to do that we're not making any effort out of fear or lacking just. And I'm not saying you're not working hard. I'm just saying there's something and you might have just pushed it down. You need to discover what's going on because there's something you're not dealing with or something deep down that has to be done you're not doing. And that is our theme for the last week because in May, changes will be happening whether you want them to or not. These are changes for the better that you'll probably resist because you don't think they're going to be better, or you'll have to deal with some sort of um, issues or bumps around them. But in the end, it's going to be a much happier life if you just let it happen. So start that work now. This was randomly picked card. Let's get started. You either want, okay, this is number 37, number 78, number 44, or number 62. Take a moment. Which one draws you in? 37, 78, 44, and 62. One of the things we have two cards here today because a guide is telling me there's multiple things that are in the way that could be blind spots. Blind spots can also be that you know about them and you just didn't want to deal with them. And so let's get started. We're going to start with 37 first. Okay. 37 is first. And you guys, I know I talk a lot sometimes, so I'm going to try to just have a little area where if you want to know what's going on, because like a lot of times you guys ask me. So I'm going to try to get timestamps to the exact portion. We're going to start with 37. We're going to read what might be holding you back in a minute. 37 and 55. If you chose 37, those are the cards that are saying what is holding you back. Blessings are or are about to shower you in your life. This came up next to June, so I think definitely by June you'll realize what the blessings are. We also have your person cards and how they're feeling. We have what you need to do and some advice, and your yes or no question for the week of April 21st through the 30th. All right. So this is, so far, it's saying that blessings are or will be showering your life. And like I said before, you may not realize that they're blessings at first. It's just you're going to have to, or it would help a lot if you changed your perception on things. Let me give you an instance, an example. An example is someone who has a wonderful relationship with a person, but that other person doesn't want to define it. Okay. The person is giving you everything you need emotionally, physically, is there for you, everything. But the person just doesn't want to say, okay, I don't want to say that we're ever going to get married, you know. Um, I know that marriage for some of you, as well as myself, is important because really, if someone's willing to marry you and they're willing to sign that piece of paper and take those vows with you, for me, I feel like they're all in. That says they're all in. But there are a lot of couples out there who've been together 15, 20, 30 years who never ever got married on paper, but they live together, they love each other, they're doing just fine. So you do need to watch though, because if they make a big deal out of, oh, I don't want to ever get married again, um, marriage is blah, 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 blah. Well, you're not that other person. So just make sure they're not deflecting or projecting what happened to them by the other person on you. That's important. But if everything's going well and they're just not the marrying type, but they're with you, the relationship is progressing, you're having a good time, think about that stuff rather than the fact that they don't want to ever get married. You're getting all the benefits of marriage without signing the piece of paper and taking the vows. So if you really deep down need that piece of paper signed and doing the vows, then you could ask them, okay, we're never going to get married, but could we have a commitment ceremony? You know. So, but really, I think the way that today has changed, I think it has blocked me from a lot of good people, and it might be also blocking you from fully giving yourself to someone because of that. But remember, it's their actions, not just their words. Okay. Your person's cards are, I feel you, even though we're apart. And I fell in love with you, but I realized I'm not worthy of you, and that is why I distance myself. This has happened quite a few times where someone has had such bad luck in love that they get you and you're so wonderful and they don't feel like worthy of you. Sometimes it could be a self-esteem issue, but you know, when you've been beat down so much, you just don't think that much of yourself, and somebody's partner needs to learn to trust themselves, or you need to learn to trust yourself and your partner, because there's been no signs of them doing anything wrong. But because you've been kicked so many times by other people, you're feeling waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm guilty of that too. So really, it's this. These cards are talking about your perception of things. Can you change your perception a little bit? Can you remind yourself that um, you've got everything they're giving you, everything you need you feel loved, you feel happy, and if it's just really, if you feel loved, you feel happy, they're sticking it out with you, then how important is a piece of paper if they're giving you everything but the ceremony, if they're living it with you? Now let's take a look at 37 and 55 and see what you might be missing, either within yourself or coming from them. Okay. Totally unaware, said you or they might be totally unaware that you're wishing bad things on others, directly or indirectly, trying to punish them. Okay. And this could go in the manner of that, say that you really want to get married and they don't want to get married, and it's become an issue between you. That itself, again, changing your perception will fix that, because if that's your only issue with them, then you're about to, or you could ruin the relationship, and you're causing resentment between you over a piece of paper and a ceremony when you're getting all that marriage is about anyways. Okay, think about that. So some of you, it's just stating that some of you might be upset, some of you might be at them about it. Some of you might be secretly resenting the fact that they're not the marrying type, but it's just saying, your God just saying, think about it. Okay, so they're not the marrying type, but are they giving you everything that a marriage would give you? Because that's what's really important, and that is what the definition of being a couple, being in love, being in a serious relationship, and being married is all about. Okay, now let's see what we're doing with 55 here. Again, these cards are all randomly picked. Ask the angels to help me draw the ones needed. Oh, not seeing the signs. It says you need to be aware that the signs are everywhere. In this situation, you're not looking for them or are ignoring or have no awareness of them when they occur. So this is just saying that you might be so caught up in that defining the commitment that you're ignoring the fact that you're actually getting the commitment, but you're stuck on a thing like, okay, we're living together. We've been living together for 5 years. Why hasn't he asked me to marry him? Well, technically, if he's acting like is acting the marriage vows out, do you need that piece of paper? Again, it's perception. And I know some of you will disagree. I have a serious problem too with wanting to have that piece of paper. I felt like the people that I've been with who might have had their foot halfway out the door. They wanted an easy escape. But the fact is, a lot of times that's not true. When I think about couples who got married, they got engaged. This couple got engaged. They were engaged for 40 years, never got married, had a great loving relationship. They both died around the same time as each other. They were both committed to each other. They gave everything, the physical, the emotional, wonderful, wonderful couple that passed away at old age, just engaged for 40 years, okay? They had everything, okay? Now think about other long-term couples. Like I have a friend who's been, I think it's probably 18 years now. And they have an amazing relationship. Hold on just a second. They love each other. They worry over each other. They have everything that a marriage with a marriage license has, except for they're not legally married. But if you think most states anyway, at least in the United States, if you're with someone 7 years, you're considered common law married. So a lot of people believe nowadays just save the $50 or whatever it costs now. Save the $50, save the thousands of dollars on the wedding and the ceremony, and just put that money into a home or things that you need as a couple, enjoying each other. And that's what relationships are not easy. There's going to be hard times, but that's all this is saying right here. So, my friends, if it's not toxic, if there's nothing wrong except for they don't want to get married, if they're giving you everything you need physically and emotionally, this says just let it be, because somebody has broken up over this. And I feel it's in part because of that need, that perception that you have to be married on paper, have a big wedding, things like that. And it's what it means to you. And it's time that we change the way we think, because we're letting go of a lot of good people. And it says just rest, chill out. It says exchange energy to create abundance. And I don't know, but some of you have a person who still loves you, even though you're broken up. And a change of perception could make the difference. So don't be afraid to let go of the need to be married and on paper. Okay. Your next one coming up here, if you chose 78. We're doing you now. If you chose 78 and your other blind spot card is 36. Oh, you guys, I forgot. Your yes or no, the one before the yes or no card, if you're still watching, that was a no. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. All right. This one says that this one's talking about you've been through a lot. Somebody's been through a bad breakup. Somebody has been through a couple of bad breakups. And I feel like the reason you were with the second person was because you were proving to yourself and the other person that, well, F them. I can get anybody I want. One of the points with this one is that things do change, especially in the beginning of a relationship. Sorry about that. For up to 8 months, you should not expect anything except for dating, enjoyment, and you can start to care about each other. I'm not saying that love at first sight doesn't happen, but a lot of times when love at first sight does happen, it's usually one party and the other one it feels it, but is holding back because they know rushing things. When we get love at first sight with someone, we often forget to do the rest of the relationship building, the foundation. So parts of it that are crucially important. You also do not see your partner's faults up to 8 months, or you see them and it's proven your endorphin levels when you first meet a wonderful person are so high in your head that you miss a lot or accept a lot of things that you shouldn't, that you normally wouldn't. That's why. And it works. It's very difficult. You have to be mindful, but you have to say, this person seems like a wonderful person. I'm not going to have any expectations except for enjoying myself and, the time spent with this person. When you get to about 8 months with this person and you're not seeing anything moving forward, it should move forward on its own. You shouldn't have to ask, where is this going? If you have to ask, where is this going? That means the other person is comfortable where you're at. So, and I'm not talking about a marriage proposal. I'm talking about, say you start dating someone and you get to 8 months and you haven't seen any advancements from there. You haven't seen any indication that they're going to move forwards. For instance, you're not sleeping over at each other's houses. You're not, of course, some religions don't believe in that, and that's okay. They're still not seeing you more, like they're only seeing you once a week, or they seem too busy, things like that. Those are flags to watch out for. And this is interesting because something's supposed to happen within the next few weeks. There's something that is unfinished in your life that will be coming back around. And right now, I call it mating season. There are a lot of past people that are going to be showing back up. This is telling you that the person that's going to show back up may seem like they've changed, but they haven't, So just if you want to date them for fun, fine. But if you've already been in love with them and they've hurt you once, you can't go to just friendships after that safely. So, and this is saying, deep within, they want you to open to your spiritual source because there are signs. I have no idea why I said because. And that in July, something beautiful relationship-wise is going to happen for you. I feel like some of you are going to meet a new person. Others of you are going to close off a chapter in your life. But again, May is talking about changes. So if you haven't been happy in your relationship, then just keep in mind the reasons why. The reasons why are usually core and they don't change. Yes, I know I'm talking, but I feel like you need to know this. So to the person who thinks I talk too much, fast forward. Sorry. Okay. Just don't miss any information. Sometimes people just don't want to hear the truth. Okay. I'm looking at 78. We're looking at what you might not be seeing or you might not want to see or deal with. So we're looking for 78. All right. Oh, these cards are so completely accurate. And self-prevention disguised as self-sabotage. You or someone in the situation is actively engaged in self-sabotage, but you and potentially they are unaware that that part of you or them that is doing the sabotaging has convinced themselves that it is preserving you or them. This one says that because of the troubles in this relationship that you had, you are not really fully giving of yourself, or they are not fully giving of them. And because of the pain that you felt, you have set things in your mind and you're kind of looking, how do I say this? You're focused on what could go wrong, waiting for the other shoe to drop, instead of enjoying what is happening in the relationship that is good. So this definitely talks about two lovers. And even though the first one is not going to change, even though they're going to show up in your life again, they have not changed. This is talking about a second lover, and you'll be like, you still have feelings for this first one, but you can't let your feelings get in the way of what they're showing you. So the second lover, do not project onto them how do I say this? I feel like you kind of took on this second lover to say, love to say, well, fine, F the past one, I can get any guy I want. That was not a good reason to start a relationship with another person. And I feel like you hadn't been seeing the truth about this other person. Not that they're a bad person, but the new person just is not for you either. And you need to come down off of that anger and that need and pain, and you need to look at things as they are. Be mindful of the signs. That's what that's about. 36. 36 is what you or your lover, what you might be missing about the person you're with, or they are projecting onto you. We'll see here in a minute. All right. Negative reinforcement pattern. You or them are stuck in a negative reinforcement pattern. This pattern may be isolated to one situation, or it may apply to your life in general. Yeah, aren't we all just fed up with life lately? But we have to be sure that we're looking at things as they are and not waiting for the other shoe to drop. That's basically what it says. It says there's a part of you that you're not giving. Both of you, actually, I'm feeling. God, your guys are telling me both of you are holding back part of you because of things that have happened before you, and both of you are waiting for the other shoe to drop, and you're not really getting to know the real each other because you're not sharing the deepest parts of yourself. So be sure it's just this new one is not toxic. Even though you're going to find out things about them, some of you, it's actually going to be a pretty good person. They're just kind of closed off, and you just want to enjoy the time that you spend with them. Just focus on that perception of who they are. And the answer to your most posing question this week is yes. I want to remind you about the May. May is about changes, and this week is preparing you for changes in May. Changes that are going to happen, whether you want them to happen or not. And literally, your guides are going to be working with you. And it just says, just enjoy life and reap the rewards. And look out for that. Supposed to happen in the next, I feel like this within the next few weeks, it's something that's going to be life changing or emotions changing. Please just be aware, be mindful. Okay, number 44. Okay, your blind spot cards are 44 and 18. This one's mainly for you, but could be for them as well, depending upon when we get into situation. And number 18 is, I think, from their perspective, they're both really about both of you. Your yes, no card. Oh, your person. Oh, my friends. This one's very interesting. All right. Let's just see what we have. There's someone who desires you very much. And if you have a choice between two lovers, either a past lover or the person that you were dating first, choose the first one. Ooh, October is going to be a big blessing month from you. It's weird because part of it's going to seem dark to you, but it's actually going to come out to be a blessing. And it says, you see what it's next to? New life. October. But it says there's someone that you need to clear the air with. And you both need to be just open up and really listen to understand. It says, if you believe, and I feel like this is a card, this is a core card. I mean, look at her. She has to believe in herself, and she's looking kind of like, should I, shouldn't I? Do you trust yourself? You need to trust yourself. Okay. Unleash the wild within. In other words, just let loose for a while. Have fun. I mean, don't go overboard, like getting drunk and driving or anything, but let's see what those cards are about. Number 44. Expectations. Yes, your expectations of a situation are creating resistance. In other words, I feel like you have this way of thinking that says it should be this way. And the other person's thinking it should be this way. I feel like actually your person feels like more relaxed in that area. Like, just let it flow. Whatever happens. And you're like, this is what I want from you, and this is what I'm going to get. And then, like, you're not waiting the time to see if this person can even feel your expectations, because I feel like it's taking a little more time than you thought. And I feel like the other person got a little nervous because they know your expectations and they're not at the point and on the same page as you are. They feel like if you just let things flow on their own, things will be fine. Things will be fine and you'll be good. But if you don't change your perception, you have a chance of losing the person. I feel like that might be the reason why you're dating two people, or have another person in mind, because you're just like, this person says what I want. This person is saying, just let it flow. But let it flow. Is that too easy? Is this person letting it flow? Is it too easy peasy for them? Are they serious? Well, yes, there is part of them that is serious about the relationship, but they want it to grow naturally. They want it to be, and I know you do too. That's the thing. But you feel like you've missed so many signs before that this person, you're projecting on this person that they may not be serious about you when they are. They just want to enjoy you. They want to be with you. They don't want to set a date for this should happen on this date. We should move to the next phase on this date. And I know you're not having, some of you are though, but I know that you're not having that. You've expressed that, or you've made them feel that way. But you have to know that love happens in its own way. And if you're meant to be with this person, everything will fall together. If they're being good to you and you're enjoying their company, don't worry about it. But I feel like in the back of your mind, you're always wondering, okay, this didn't happen on this date. So, or this didn't happen in this many months. So are they really serious? Why do they just want to, I want to talk deeply with them. I want them to say deep things right now. And they're like, can it just be action? Let it flow. And I agree that you should have no expectations to begin with. But once you're in a serious relationship, I feel like that's when that button in you goes off about, okay, I got a date for a year. I gotta be engaged for a year. Gotta plan a wedding. I'm this old if I want to do this and I want to have kids. And I feel like you're getting ahead of yourself is what's happening. Okay, so you say you have no expectations, but you're accidentally putting them in a position where they feel a little pressured. It's you're not doing it on purpose. And that's what these cards are about. These cards are to draw out that the reason and the reason just the reason is, and I can see that. Because some of us are older, or somebody's getting to the end of the childbearing age, and they're like, okay, to be proper, you have to do this, this, and this, so, and then you have to. I'm going to be this age, so the children have to come at this. I mean, it's a lot of pressure, but you have to kind of let go and let the universe. If you're meant to have children with this person, you'll have children with this person. There are people, there are women in their 70s still having kids. So you're like, oh my God, would I have the energy for that? I don't know, but just take it easy. Take it easy. They're not the people in your past. And I know you feel like people have wasted your time over the years. You just want to get to the serious one, but relax. It's going to happen. You just got to take your time. So that's what that's all about. Have some fun. Enjoy yourself. Now we're going to do number 62. No rhyme intended there. Number 62. Number 22. Okay. Ooh. Oh, gracious my. Someone is really trying to go flow, but they're really impatient with their person. And rightfully so. This person's been dragging. I mean, there's such a thing as having too much expectations, but there also really is someone dragging their feet. You've been with them 2 or 3 years, they're not moving to the next phase. That's somebody comfortable where you're at and dragging. Okay. I wouldn't even expect anything from anybody until after 8 months of being together. So, I mean, it's really hard not to have expectations, especially when you really want a relationship to lead to marriage. But the truth is, those are our expectations. That may not be the way the other person works. So it doesn't mean it won't happen. It just means we need to give it more time within reason. So this is just saying something really wonderful is going to happen a year from now. But right now, some of you are with someone who is not showing you all of them. And that doesn't mean they're a lying sack up or doing anything bad. It just means they haven't fully opened up to you yet. And I feel like you have been with them a while. And they're just saying that this person is not going to change. This, you've seen this for a while. it's time to decide if you can accept them the way they are or let them go. Again, exploring within yourself, accepting things that you cannot change and changing the things that you can. There's nothing that you can do that will convince this person to be any different than who they are. December is your key happy month. And I know it seems like forever away. I feel like someone new is coming in December. Shout to the heavens with happiness, enthusiasm. You're going to be very happy with this new person, but you got to fully let this go and take the time to heal. Why so long? Why so long between now and then? Think about the time it takes for you to fully heal. Here's a sign of when you healed. When you can talk about the person that you broke up with, and you have no feelings towards them whatsoever, and you can openly talk about them, that is when you're ready to move on. And that takes everybody a different amount of time. Okay, your yes or no question for this week is whatever comes to your mind very strongly is a no. And let's take a look and see what might be blocking you here. It's funny because if you look at this card in a certain way, it kind of looks like a bed with a person in it. It kind of looks like an intimacy issue. Has your person, I'm just getting strong that does your relationship lack intimacy? And intimacy is not just sex. Intimacy is about showing affection, romance too, loving each other, making love. Have you or your partner lost that feeling of intimacy with you? But it says in reality, 62 is in this situation, the death of something is actually needed in order to get where you want to go. If you've lost intimacy with this person, and you can kind of see that kind of looks like that could be a sword poking into the person. And that's the next saying, at the bottom, like, no, 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 no. So it just could mean that for some of you, you're not going to be able to regain that intimacy. You know it, and you've just been procrastinating, and it's time to let go. Is this person going to change and give you what you need? No. I just feel like this happened. I feel like you feel like for years you were fine, and the intimacy just died all of a sudden. Like it almost happened overnight, and you don't know what happened. You want to know what happened. The other person and you both, if you think about it, you both got bored. You both weren't giving each other what you need because you both were like, you made yourself busy doing other things, or you just lost interest. You grew apart. And that's okay. I mean, that also, look it down the bottom. That was like a person on the floor praying. God help me. And I feel like you've done that. I feel like you've done everything you can do. And now you can't change the other person. You can just change yourself. And you do deserve happiness. I know you have kids with them. I know that you have history with them. But proof has shown that, yes, kids do go through pain and breakups. But they actually, when they get older, they tell you that they would have preferred that their mom and dad be in a happy, healthy relationship. They could tell even when you didn't show it in front of them that you were not happy. They could feel you. So just keep that in mind. As long as they know that you and your husband, or you and your boyfriend, or you and their dad love them, and it's not their fault, they'll usually be okay. Okay, again, right now you're staying in a relationship and enduring something that, this is number 22, that you shouldn't. That it's not good enough, that you're hoping will change. You've known deep down, but for some reason, whatever reason, you don't want to fully let go. And this is just saying May is about embracing change, because change is going to happen whether you want it to or not. Ends of things are going to happen, new beginnings are going to happen, and you've got to let go. It's just saying that, you feel alone right now and you wish everything, you've been praying everything would work out. Sometimes the best way to work things out is to let go and move forwards with your life. For some of you, I feel like you're going to break up for a while and get back together. I feel like there's still love there. But for others of you, I feel like you're just going to move forward. And for some reason, I feel like the female in this, the feminine or female, is going to be the one who takes a little longer to move forward with anyone else. I feel like her focus is going to be on the family. I feel like she is just not going to deal with letting go very easily. Like, you're going to get fed up and you're going to do it, but then you're not going to handle it very well. And you're going to be alone for a while. Somebody's going to be alone for, this is through their own choosing, because they just like, oh, forget it. I'm never going through that again. I'm done with dating. I got to raise my kids. That's all I care about. It'll be like 7 years before you're giving someone a real chance. But for a lot of you, this is gonna, your life is gonna change in December. Some of you, the other person's gonna finally get it and start working at the relationship. Some of you are gonna let go and move forward with someone else. Others of you are just gonna find happiness by yourself. You're gonna be satisfied by yourself. You're gonna realize it's better to be by yourself than to be in a relationship with someone who you are not happy with. Okay, but this is just saying this is inevitable. It's something that has to happen, and the longer you procrastinate, the worse it's going to feel. And this is obviously, this is a general all signs. This is not meant for everybody, but if it resonates with you, please, please, please do things only when you're emotionally ready to and financially prepared to, because some of you are relying on the 2 incomes, and there's a lot of planning that goes into it, because you do have kids, you do have bills that need to be paid. You really want to be fully ready, and especially emotionally, because we all feel it. No matter the choice we made, whether it's for the best or what, we all are going to feel it. That's it for this week, so just be prepared. I feel like a lot of this, you know this too, and it's been on your mind. It's coming, whether you want it to or not. It's inevitable. It's better for you to be in front of it and be in charge, and it really is the best decision you could possibly make for yourself, even though it's not the happiest decision right now. You guys, I did this because I didn't realize people were even watching I've had a lot of doctor's appointments and things. I didn't realize that people were still watching the weekly ones. So if you could put a comment below if you are interested in the weekly ones, and I will try my hardest to do them. But I don't know how many I can do up. I told somebody June or July is when everything starts to settle down for me, but I will do the monthly ones. And just a click of the like button helps. It helps overall, and it helps get my message out to other people. And I know I talk too much, and I apologize for that. I'm going to put a section in there that says chit chat. And if you want to know what's been going on, you can just click that. I'm going to put the timestamps in these later. Have a beautiful week. Remember all the changes coming, all the changes in May. Some of them may be painful, some of them may be happy, but whatever they are the best change for you. And most of you will see this later on. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos. Thank you again.